Hello, my name is Javen Knight, and for this case study, I had to identify an individual either in middle childhood or in adolescence and observe them focusing mainly on one developmental domain. I decided to observe an individual in adolescence, and I chose to observe my younger brother, who is 16 years old, and his name is Aaron. He's considered to be in the between middle and late stages of adolescence because the middle stage ends at age 16 and the late stage begins when you turn 16. So in this video, I will be focusing on the physical domain of adolescence. The book talks about growth spurts, and it says that boys add at least 4 inches in height and they gain at least 26 pounds in 1 year. And for my brother, I can say that he gained more than 4 inches. He gained 6 inches in height, but he only gained like 20 pounds that year. So he grew more in height than he did in weight, more in height than in weight compared to other male adolescents his age. And now that I'm in college and I don't see him every day like I used to, I can definitely tell if he has gotten taller or if he's gotten bigger, and it's because it's more noticeable. And I remember we were both about the same height 1 year, and then the next year I had to look up to him, which I thought was weird because I didn't think he could grow that much in 1 year. And the textbook states that the growth spurt is usually around age 14, but Aaron didn't hit his growth spurt until he was 15, so which is only a year later. The growth spurt also starts facial hair and body hair forming, but for Aaron, he didn't get any facial hair when he hit shortly after he hit his growth spurt, and he still doesn't have facial hair now, but he did start getting body hair. He started forming hair under his arms and stuff like that. After his growth spurt, his voice changed dramatically, because before the growth spurt, his voice was very, very squeaky, which is why he got the nickname Squeak. But after his growth spurt, his voice got really deep, and I think it's going to continue to get deeper as he grows and ages. The book also talks about physical activity, and I could say that he's a very athletic person, and you can tell by his body, and he has that very muscular athletic body that everybody wants. And the book also talks about body image, and that most boys want that body image, so he has that body image, so he doesn't have to so I think he doesn't worry about how he looks, because that's what he has already. And in the book it says that the body image is a predictor of a person's self-esteem, and I can say that his self-esteem is high because he doesn't care about how he looks, I guess because he has that body that everybody wants and everybody compliments him on. But because he plays football, I can tell now that he's older that his athletic skills enhanced, because he's a lot faster now, he's a lot stronger, and he can do things now that he couldn't do before. And the book also talks about steroid use and stuff like that, but he doesn't use steroids. He said there was no point when you can get muscles and look the way you want the old-fashioned way by going to the gym and lifting weights. And he has no problem with going to the gym, lift the weights, and no need for him. And he's too young to be on steroids or doing any drugs of that order. When it comes to fitting in with his peers, he has no problem doing that. He can fit in with anyone. It doesn't matter if he's the youngest one, if he's the oldest one, it doesn't matter. He's that person that everybody like wants to like be around, and that can hold that conversation or stuff. But he's mature enough to know who to hang around and who not to hang around, and who he wants to be around, who he doesn't want to be around. Because, for example, he has this group of friends that he knew ever since he was little, and he used to hang around them all the time. And I began to notice that now he doesn't want to hang around them as much. And I asked him why, and he said because they're doing things that I'm not okay doing, and I don't want to do because I'm not trying to get in trouble, because I want to build on my football career, and I don't want to like go down. I'm trying to go up. So he said that they were doing things that he doesn't want, so he removed himself from the situation, which was a very smart thing. And the book has a section about nutrition, and it says that boys need 2,400 to 3,200 calories a day, and I believe that Aaron gets those calories, if not double, because he eats all day. It doesn't matter. He can eat a full meal, and then 5 minutes later, he says that he's hungry, and he'll be in the pantry getting chips or making noodles or something like that because he's hungry again, and he'll eat all day. So the saying is true that boys will empty your refrigerator, because I know that Aaron will most definitely empty your refrigerator because he eats all day. And it's surprising because he's so thin, you would think that he would be fat because of how much he eats and what he eats, but he's not. And this is the conclusion of my case study on my brother who is in the adolescent stage.